I love it. I love it. One of the things that I've seen you really master and take light to is this concept of marketing, right? I
Yeah.
see just the marketing has exploded, which I imagine also really helped to almost fuel the event spaces and almost everything that you ever did, whether consciously or unconsciously. But talk about the importance of marketing and really maybe even give us a little blueprint about the difference between what is marketing and what is branding, the way you see it through your lens.
Yeah, so marketing is everything. So for me, I had to get good at marketing. Like most of my counterparts, they were good at running Facebook ads. So a lot of times, a lot of people I know in the industry, whether whatever industry you're in, is they got good at running cold traffic, which means being able to pay money. I didn't have a bunch of money to acquire customers. So because I didn't have a bunch of money regarding marketing, I had to figure out other ways to be seen, get visible, right? And whether I learned several of these ways on my own, and I learned a lot of these ways from others. It's just when somebody give me something, I go exhausted. Like a lot of people don't exhaust. Like I literally humanly exhaust things until I'm trying to beat it into the ground, the thing that I'm told or the thing that I discover, right? Because if you find something that works, the biggest issue we have is we stop doing the thing that works. When you find something that works, do more of it. My mentor says this. He said, "Don't get bored with it, get paid with it." Right?
Hmm.
So every time I find something that work, I just exhausted. So what made me get good at marketing because I didn't know how to do it the paid traffic way. So I had to literally go discover so many different ways to make money, right? And then when I found ways that work, I just kept going. And the difference, I guess you said, between branding and marketing is I haven't been great at branding myself, meaning I don't want to say like I'm a master at branding. I just keep like you gonna know me as the event space person, right? You're gonna know me as teaching people about digital marketing because I just keep putting it out there. I'm like, I'm staying in front of your face. Like when you today I opened up my phone, I seen Wallow. I've been seeing Wallow for the last however many years on my phone. Every time I open it up. That's marketing, brand awareness. I feel like they're almost like a marriage, right?
Mhm.
But you got to put content out there for that to exist. I look at it like out of sight, out of mind. If you the McDonald's and these big companies, they're making a lot of money, but you still see them doing commercials. It's not only
Right.
to get new customers, it's really to stay on the customer's mind. So I look at myself like that. I want to just stay on your mind, whether you're buying something from me, whether you're supporting me. I want you to know when it's time to do so, who is the guy that can help you? The guy can help you get event spaces. The guy can help you run up a digital bag. I want to just continue to stay on people's minds. So I feel like the branding and the marketing is almost a marriage.
So, Moose, you triggered masterclass vibes. So hold on.
Let's go there. Let's go
Let's
there.
go there. Let's go there. Masterclass vibes. All right. So, you have done an amazing job growing your personal brand and monetizing it, right? So, my first question from this masterclass situation is, what was in a year? How many followers that you got, like the most, when you look at how you grew
Yeah.
your Instagram and things like that? What was the most that you grew within a year and how?
So that's a good question. So it's funny. So David was like, I'm telling you, when I get a hold of something, I just burn it. I'm telling you, me and David was at the same followers, right? Like I don't know where we was at, maybe 57,000 on Instagram, and he was maybe at 60. And I just went down this rabbit hole on just getting visible. So what I did at the time was I was running memes, right? And I was
Mhm.
running shout out pages. And for those who don't know, these things are still extremely effective, which are memes and shout out pages where I control the narrative that I want the world to know about me. Meet entrepreneur who retired his mother and his wife, right? Meet entrepreneur who bought his dream car. Like it's just where literally is the image of me and it's copy above, and I take that same image of me and copy above and put it on pages. Like at the time, I paid Shade Room like $1,500, right? They threw this image up, went viral. I got 70,000 followers in a day. Like
Hmm.
you're talking about boom overnight. So guess what? I found that worker kept doing it. So probably in 1 year, we probably grew about a quarter million followers just doing concepts and strategies around that. right? And that's, again, that's years ago. It's not as effective, but it still works today. Because I just put up a post the other day, similar, when I bought my wife her truck, and we put that on the page. That thing went crazy, went viral, and we grew maybe 5 or 10,000 followers between. Like last month, we probably grew about 20, 30,000 followers, because that's when I really started getting back in the shout out pages, and I took off from them, doing them for over a year. So again, that's finding pages that you can pay, right? And once you find these pages that you can pay, they're going to now blast you with your narrative, with your copy, with your story. And you're going to grow your audience. You're going to get customers. You're going to get emails and numbers. And it's just going to keep being like a growth. So essentially for me, another way that we were able to do this is we were running a webinar every week where somebody, you guys go to eventsspacemasterclass.com, you'll see like the whole setup and hack it. But what we do is we run a webinar every single week. And what happens was we're running on these shout out pages. So it's 3 things we're doing when we're running. So we're paying these pages for us to run, of course. But when you come to my page, you're now following me. You're now going to my bio. You're opting in. So you're giving me your name, your number, your email. So it almost becomes a self-liquidating offer where, and then at the end, if you like what we're talking about, you buy the product. And even prior to it, you're able to buy like a book when you're on this prior to the webinar. So essentially, like, whatever I'm paying the page, I'm recouping it before the webinar even starts because of the $27 book that I'm selling on the front end. So I'm literally growing my following essentially for free. So I just put all my money into doing this. Not all my money, but a portion of what we were making just back into marketing. And that's what a lot of us don't understand. Like, you need to be putting so much money into marketing and in visibility and the branding and the showing up to events so you can become synonymous with that image. When I think about content creator, Nicky face just popped right in my head, like boom. Like when I think about just why, but she's put herself out there every day, like she is the news for Instagram. Like if I need to know something about Instagram, I'm gonna go to her before I go to the Instagram page, right? So you got to become that in your industry, right? And that means spending some money, going to events, paying for visibility. What it mean? Getting a publicist. I don't know what it mean, but take everything you have extra, fork it back in your brand. Because I tell people this all the time. It will not be easier to get your brand out there next year or the year after or the year after. Although we got social media, although AI, all these different things, but the cost to acquiring customers are rapidly increasing. So you need to be doing everything in your now to acquire customers and get brand visibility, why it's cheaper for you to do so.